And I think it's kind of funny, and I think it's kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Hi, and welcome back. Now, the reason that I did the little singing introduction was that I think as a psychic and a medium, which is my day job, then there's only so many times that you can reinvent the wheel. You know, the way that whether you're reading tarot cards or you're reading from a tool or something like that. And people often ask me how I actually connect into what I believe I connect into, which for me, it's not about religion. It's not about connecting into spirituality or putting ghosts or anything like that. It's connecting into universal source energy. So for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been very fortunate enough to travel around the country doing shows, doing tarot readings, mediumship demonstrations, and private functions. And for the person that I am, who lacks a lot of confidence at the best of the time, when I'm coming out there and putting myself out onto this sort of forum, if you like, I don't always find it the easiest. So when you're in a state where maybe there's a little bit of depression hanging about, in my case, anxiety and some grief and things like that, I don't always find it at the easiest. And tech as well is a bit of a mystery to me. So what I tend to do is stick with what I'm strongest at. So when I sit with people, I do psychically read them. I do pick up on the vibration and the frequency that comes off them. Now, my belief is that I have a series of guides and inspirers that help me bring these messages through to people. Often take on board what is around during the dream state and journal and diary. And for the last 2 or 3 days, the song that's been going around in my head is Mad World by Tears for Fears. Now, I'm a big Tears for Fears fan anyway, but this wasn't about the Tears for Fears version. It was that I was just giving credit to who actually wrote it. But it was the Gary Jules version from a few years back that was slowed down and stripped back and a little bit sort of melancholy in tone. And then I started to think, well, when that tune's going around in my head, what's actually going on in my life at the moment that could do with looking at? So I suddenly started to think, when I'm out with my walk, doing trying to lift my energies when I'm out with my dogs, I thought, I wonder if this will mean anything to anybody else. So I've decided I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel or anything like that. But if I suddenly wake up with a tune in my head, you'll get that first bar that I can manage to sing. I mean, I'm not the greatest with my voice, and I'm not trying to promote myself as a singer or anything like that, but I do love singing as a way of expressing my energy, and I do it on my own, not to an audience. So the lyrics that I attempted to sing to you, that I think it's kind of funny and I think it's kind of sad, right? So I started to split that down. Are you at this moment in time, anybody that's watching this, overanalyzing, procrastinating, overthinking, trying to structure what has gone, trying to put sense to what's happened that's already behind you? And the way when I was thinking about, I think it's kind of sad that the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Well, sometimes for me, and this is a habit that I've got of focusing on the sadness and the things that I've experienced in my life that haven't been present, that haven't been, what's the best way of putting it, where they haven't been resolved. You know, they haven't given me anything positive. They haven't given me anything to look forward to yet, and I'm still focusing on it. So those negatives that I put a lot of thought into, why am I doing that? So this was just like a little bit of a reminder to say to people that what we look at from our thoughts is we look for positivity, we look for upliftment. At the very least, at least look for a lesson that we can learn from it. And then we learn how to move on. So that your best dreams that you have aren't about dying. They're about living and living in your true and present life. I'd gone through this stages where I'm overthinking and over analyzing about what my next role is, and like with my YouTube journey was all about like getting monetization, getting fans and things like that, and it's just not turned out that way. So now I'm doing this for a bit of self-indulgent fun, that I hope that somebody picks this up and gets a message from it. And I've always been known as a bit of the mad bloke because I think in neurodivergent ways. I think in ways that are outside the box. And in my little head is things that go around there all of the time that can be considered quite strange. There's characters that come through. None of them are the true me. And the reason why is because I don't know who the true me is. I've played the role for so long that I find it difficult. So I just thought I'd come on here and say it's a very, very mad world. You know, when people go round in circles, it's a very, very mad world. So it's just a thought. It's just some healing energies that are being sent out there for anybody that picks up on this recording. And I don't expect any of them to be popular, to be honest with you. I'm 52 years of age. I'm coming on here and I'm telling my truth. There's been feedback recently that we don't know what your channel's about. Well, let me make this clear. My full-time job is a medium and a psychic. Where my heart is, what I love doing, is helping people work through their difficult thought processes. That is what my heart is in. I'm not sat here as a guide or a guru or anything like that. What I'm doing is sat here and doing my level best to help. So hopefully this will be a series of song lyrics that are provided from the universe. And then this will be the way of reading. So stand by. There may be a lot. There may be very few. But my belief system is that right and divine timing, that if you come across this video and you're watching it at any time now in the present or any time in the future, it's what you needed to tune into the energies and the frequency that comes out of this of positivity and upliftment. I'm not a video expert and I don't pretend to be. I'm not a guide or a guru and I don't pretend to be. But I'm hoping vicariously that through the work that I pass on to other people, that I will also get some healing from this. So if you've taken the time to watch this all the way through, just remember your mad world can be structured to suit you. And if it can't, don't worry about it. Don't get stressed. Work at alleviating your stress. So thank you very much for watching this production. And hopefully there'll be more in the future. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.